All right, hello and welcome to the eVenture Family channel. So as you may know, if you've been following the channel for a little time, this is our pretty brand spanking new 2024 Chevy Equinox EV. It is the 2RS trim here in this beautiful black that is starting to be a little grayer now because it's dirty. It needs a wash now. But I have now, after several weeks of scouring, and yes, that is scouring the internet for the best possible accessories, I believe found some of the, really the only few, and definitely best options out there for a couple of things to add some functionality, make this car just a little bit more usable, and help protect it as well. So I'm going to show those to you. I've got the crossbars that are sort of universal ones, but should definitely fit here from ERKUL. And then I have got a set of screen protectors from TheOCDPlug. And then last but not least, we have a trunk parcel shelf and what do you call it thing? Protector from my amazing, awesome friends at BestEVMod. So I'm going to try all of these together, show you how they work, and do a quick little review of them. This is also the first video that I'm shooting here on my brand new iPhone 16 Pro. So let me know what you think of that. And let's see if we can make the Equinox here just a little bit better of a, not only daily driver, but with our crossbars, certainly a bit of a better road trip car as well. So come along with me and let's drive.
That's right.
All right, well, so far I'm absolutely loving our Equinox EV here. It is a vehicle that has certainly surpassed the expectations I had, especially for Chevy as an EV manufacturer. And that was even before we recently got access to the Tesla supercharging network on here. So now this car has basically gone from, its original intention, which was to just be my very small trip commuting car where I drive like 5 miles round trip a day to the train station, to being something that we can, now use for some family trips and potentially even some longer family road trips from here in New Jersey up to places like Vermont in the winter for a ski trip. But in order to do that, especially, what I'm thinking is we're probably not going to use this for our full family of 5 trips where it's me, my wife, our twins that are 8, and then the 4-year-old. It's just a little bit too tight in here for that. But if I'm just taking the twins up to Vermont for a ski weekend, which is definitely a possibility, it would be nice to have the ability to obviously take our skis with us. And with the 2 of them in the back there, theoretically it'd be possible, but we'd have to have them in like the middle and then 1 seat on the side due to the 60-40 split. And so what would be much nicer is if we can just leave the entire seat up, not have to worry about the trunk space, and get our skis up on the top in a roof rack. Plus we have plenty of other gear like our boots and helmets and gloves and pants and jackets and everything that goes in the expansive trunk here. So definitely want to be able to use that space for that and not just fill it up with skis. So that's going to help us a ton here. And then I'm also excited to get some protection on the awesome 17.7-inch screen here so that that doesn't get scratched up or anything. Might also make it a little bit more readable too. I've noticed it does get a little bit glary. And then we are also, I guess, speaking of storing things in the trunk, sometimes we've got some valuable stuff in there like our ski gear or the kids' hockey gear and things like that, it's a nice area and stuff here, but sometimes you just want to have, a little bit extra privacy and protection on it. So we've got a nice trunk cover that we're going to put in there too to help keep ourselves a little bit more organized and potentially more secure too. All right, so we're going to start off with let's do the screen protector first. All right, so first up here, we've got our screen protector from a company that is new to me, but seems to make some awesome accessories for a whole bunch of different vehicles and has some of the most unique ones for EVs that, like the Equinox, are a little bit hard to find accessories for. So this Equinox is, a pretty new vehicle. It's only been on the market now for a few months. 2024 was the first model year for it, and it took some time for dealers to get them in inventory and everything. So there aren't that many out there on the road yet. And it is definitely a vehicle that I think has a lot of interest, especially due to the features and like packages that you get in here versus the price of it. So this one is 2RS. Now this is like a pretty close to the top of the line. There's also the 3 LT and 3 RS trims, which are a bit pricier and have a little bit more, but the 2RS is, I guess, third from the top in terms of tiers and everything. And then for 2025, GM announced that they will have the 1LT, which is the most base and most affordable version, which is going to be like in the low 30,000s, which for an EV and especially like a crossover like this is really competitive. So I think a lot of people are interested in it for that. So I expect the popularity to only grow. But that does mean it's been hard to find some of the accessories, and I am super thankful that I was able to get in touch with folks from the OCDPlug here and check out their screen protectors. I actually really like, I've done a bunch of screen protectors now on pretty much all of the cars that we've had, and there are great ones out there for Tesla and Rivian. You can find videos that I've done on those ones too. This one's pretty cool. It's got like at least the most unique spray bottle that I found. So you just get some dish soap in here, some water, and this will help with both cleaning the screen and making it easier to line up the screen protector itself. So we're gonna start off here and just get this clean because we've got some dust, grease and stuff from fingerprints on here. So we wanna get that done first. Now I'm not sure here, does the Equinox let you actually shut the screen off? Yeah, doesn't look like it. Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, so I'm gonna get it as clean as I can. If I do that, at least it's gonna be locked here. So that'll work a little better. So let's get this big screen first, and then we'll do our driver gauge here too. I'm not gonna go through the entire installation. It's pretty straightforward. You just get it clean first, try to get all of the dust and dirt and grime off as much as possible. So we'll use this for that, as well as this cleaning cloth that they give us. We'll then put another layer on here to make it easy to get this screen protector lined up and kind of reposition it and stuff on there. And then once it's on, we're just gonna squeegee out all of the water and the bubbles, and that'll get it on pretty nicely there. Probably have like a couple of little ones left in the middle just based off of like previous experience, but those will actually kind of work themselves out as it is able to dry out like overnight and across a couple of days. So let's go into time-lapse mode here and see how easy this is. All right, so there we go. Got that on, and that looks amazing. So like I said, we've got a couple of little bubbles in here still, but they're gonna totally come out as this dries, and I'll even show those later. But I'm really happy with this, and definitely no problem at all getting this driver screen one on. And then like the main gauge here, just have to kind of work around the volume knob there since it's like the only cutout part. But if you start from there, makes it a bit easier. And I think this looks great. It has a nice like matte finish to it, feels really nice, and you can already tell it is cutting down the glare substantially. So this is fantastic. So if you're interested in getting one of these, link in the description below to the site from TheOCDPlug. Make sure to use my link and code to help support the channel. So let's check out our roof racks next. All right, now for these roof racks, super easy. So we have the two of these. The sides just come like this, and then you basically just line it up here in the position that you want it. Make sure that the outer bracket is on the outer side, inner one is on the inner side, same thing on the other one, and then we're just gonna tighten it on. But we're also just gonna make sure that it is basically even, so that looks good. And we are gonna measure, and also they give you this rubber strip that you can just stick into the middle to help make sure that there is no whistling wind noise, which is something that is especially bad on our Rivian one. So I'm gonna make sure we do a better job with this one, and if we've got some extra here, I might even stick this on the crossbars for our Rivian also. All right, well, let's do that and we'll get the whole thing on. That was seriously so easy to do. I just tightened these screws on here now. I'm just gonna put the face plates back on, and that is it. Then we do the same thing for the back. I mean, so far, I think I'm about 5 minutes of total time spent on this thus far, and it has just been the easiest one I think I've ever done, with the exception maybe of the Rivian one that just clicks in, but still, for a universal one, very happy with this. Very sturdy, secure, and this is going to be perfect for us with our trips. All right, and just how great does that look also? I love it. So these are awesome. They're on there so very well and secured, not moving at all. And we're gonna go take a little ride with these, but I just love not only the utility these give us, but the little bit like sportier, more rugged, rally-ish kind of look that we get now here in the vehicle. All right, now last but certainly not least, and I think this has got to be like my dozenth or so product that I've shown from BestEVMod, but absolutely love them. They make the absolute best accessories kind of across almost like every EV. So not only have we tried out a bunch of their stuff for Teslas where they started out, they have now added like an entire line for Rivian vehicles too, with all kinds of storage space stuff, shelves like this, and numerous other things in there too. Go back and find all of those if you're interested. But they are now starting to test out some products for even our Equinox here. And so you'll, I guess the eagle-eyed viewers will notice that I am standing here, I do have the key in my pocket, and my trunk is not opening. I got so sick of this opening every single morning when I walk out and around the car. This has a feature where it has hands-free opening, which is basically just proximity sensor with the key. So if you stand here, it'll beep, and it gives you 4 beeps before it starts opening. I can never get it timed right, and I never walk far enough away to not trigger that, so just opening every single day. Can't do it. So that is off now. So we'll just go hands mode here, which is fine. And so now we've got this shelf that, or I guess we should call this like the cover for the trunk here. All right, so this is the trunk of the Equinox EV, which as you can see is very spacious. So the thing about the Equinox EV is that since it is built on GM's Ultium platform, basically all of these have like a pretty long wheelbase. So the Equinox EV here is a different platform and everything from the gas version of the Equinox, and it is much longer actually than the gas version of the Equinox. It's actually closer to something like the Blazer ICE vehicle. So we have all the space back here, and we've never been able to like properly protect it before. So now we've got this nice shelf. You can see there's like these cuts in here that are essentially designed for this, and all the way up here, obviously, duh. So I'm gonna kind of squeeze that boy in there. This is gonna come up and around, and there we go. Spring loaded and in, and that's it. Now we have this nice shelf. We can pull this back here. And you can see there's like one little, oops, didn't get it on there, sorry. One little cutout here that you can leave it set in like this, or it also looks like we can probably go, okay, I guess it's probably meant more for that one. I'm trying to figure out, does it go in here? No, that one's probably for other stuff. So yeah, we would just do in here, just like that. And now, so it gives us like a little bit of privacy there, a little shelf, a little separation from the back seat into the trunk. And then if we close up here, now, oops, now, well, it's pretty tinted anyway, but now you really can't see at all into the trunk back there. All right, so those are my 3 new favorite accessories for the Equinox EV here. We've got, again, our roof racks, we've got our screen protectors, and of course our trunk privacy cover. And all of these are absolutely phenomenal. Again, I will have the link to all 3 down in the description below. Please do go ahead and check them out. And if you are gonna buy them, definitely use those links because it'll get you the best deal and it'll help support the channel. These things do add up, and while it doesn't cost you anything extra, it does help earn me a little bit of a affiliate commission on it, which helps me go in here with the channel. So let me know what other things you want me to check out here for the Equinox EV. Are there specific types of products that are of interest to you if you're already an EV owner or in the market for one? Or are there any other things that you've seen out there that might be good things to check out and review? So far, I'm quite happy with all of these. I did go for a short little drive with everything in here, and the screen protector is definitely helping with the glare a little bit. The roof racks, I'm not noticing like any wind noise or rattling or anything from yet, although I'll have to do a more in-depth review once we've had a chance to go up on the highway and for longer trips and stuff. And then same thing with the little trunk cover as well. No rattles or noises or any flapping around or anything like that with it. So far, very happy with all of these. The build quality feels great, and I think you can't go wrong with any of these. All right, well, with that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you out there for another electric adventure soon.